Alright, welcome back everybody. It's time to roll the boulder forward just a little bit, right? Today's going to be a fine day. What do we have in our notepad? Oh, let's take a look. Yutoi alo seeds jammed. And I think oh, we have a tech already up. All right, give me a second. I need to get the itches out of my legs. So over here, over here, over here, over here still over here, right here. We're not producing seeds, huh? Why? No, really, why? We need limestone. Can't get limestone on because it's choking all of the... Oh, the factory can't get plants out. Oh. Oh, that is going to be an issue, isn't it? Anyway, what am I doing here? I don't know. Oh, this. Like, this is... looks deceptively good, doesn't it? I mean, it's very expensive at 5 red circuits per, but still. It doesn't require any super alloy, which is what I was looking at. And like, look, the tide of pi psi 3 has reached the screen, so chem science is coming to a close. So how do we address this? So it looks like we successfully kept the products, the seeds, out of the line, and that's good. However, the material that is needed to make this run needs to be on the belt, and that can be choked with the other product. So we really need to, as much as I hate to say it, we need to govern all of these so they don't put items on the belt when the bin is full. That, or establish a totally separate you know what? We're going to establish a totally separate. So, what we need to do is this first. We're going to do a different design. Totally separate feed belt. And have two completely distinct systems instead of one system and another system. And I think I just thought of an easy way to do that. So, let's see if I'm right, right? So we just have to let this flow through, let it all come out. All of it's going to come out. And we're definitely going to have to sample the belt in more places than we are currently sampling the belt. That is also fine. I guess a big problem right now is we have removed this stretch of belt. And it's now smaller than it used to be. And we don't like that. We want it to be bigger. Alright, so what we need to do now is once we come past here, there is no more point for Yutoi Allo to be on the belt. So output to the right. You know, there should be no point to ever having more than can be put on there. I don't know. Yutoi Allo plants. We'll try a new design. We'll see if it works. Just yeah, okay. So this will pull the plants out. The plants will come this way. Only the plants, mind you. Just the plants. And then you will come right here. And you will join up. Yes. There's no point in putting an input priority. Okay, so now we flow forward until we get enough things that we jam there. So we have a world we have established where we will not be having any Yutoi Allo on this side of the belt, right? And it's flowing, and it's nice, and everything's moving forward. And we're gonna have to get rid of all this stuff somehow, and that's gonna be difficult. Here you go. More Yutoi Allo. You can have some seeds. Great. think this is gonna work, right? No, it kind of has to leave before then. Okay, excuse me. I put this in the wrong spot. It has to leave before these inserters. My bot's off. So we need to push it out right here even. To the left, Yatoi. We can get rid of our notepad. There's no need to have it on the screen right now. Alright, so Yatoi Alo goes that way. Everything else goes this way. Pick it all up. Great. So we have kind of a cleaner right here. We have a guaranteed stretch of having items for making things. I mean, guaranteed in theory. Right now it's not that clean, right? Ugh. Ugh. Okay. How to find a place to be. How to be... Well, not like this. Don't be like this guy. This guy is clearly lost. Don't be like him. Alright, so... This, in theory, will give a clean line, right? Just with... oh, don't do that. I really need that belt equipment. And you should go right here. And you should just leap up. You should take over this. Now this is going to have a problem, of course. Because what is life without problems? And the problem we are facing with this is that... Oh, it's going to go back around. I don't think there's any way to get out now. Let's see. No, it's no way to get in right now because we never hooked it up right. Okay, so this should start these guys up again, right? Yes? No? Why aren't you going? Was this problem completely different? Oh, is limestone just still not getting on the belt? It looks like... It's totally limestone right there. Oh, I guess it just never passed through. Alright, so... What we need to do is pull off still more Yatoi Elo. Okay, alright. I was given arms for this task. Yes, it all comes to me. All of it flows directly to me. There we go. Pulled out another length. Let's see if that has the desired result. So, you're just putting stuff on as hard as you can, because this is no longer measuring anything that's relevant. So, read belt contents, hold belt contents. And we have to also be on this belt, because there's a splitter here. We have to be on all these belts, actually. So, okay, friends. So we have to read this belt, and we have to read this belt. And both of you have to be the same. Read in, right there. And then we have, yeah, that should be just about everything, right? And these are moving again, so good. Good. And so what we've established right here is kind of a separate line, right? We have clean feed going in this line and clean feed going in this line, so there's really no need for this to ever come back around, right? That's a harder thing to say. What we really need, well, without this circulating, right, we don't have, it's going to jam eventually when it doesn't get the correct ingredients that it needs. It must flow. So it has to come back around and be added in right here. So we have couple problems. First problem is obviously this. You need now to flow like so. Ho ho. And then right there, can we leap this? Can. Alright, so we can come down and get on some level here. And then we want to link back in, like anywhere right here. So I guess our line is right here, I suppose? No, let's not do that. That is doom. We do not want to be doom unless we are going to actually really and truly rip and tear. So we're obviously going to have to get in on this line too. Then right there. Then it will bring it back around. So this is a theory for working right here. This is no longer really the plan. We are now freestyling. Alright, so that is being measured. This stretch, why are you not being measured? It's being measured right there, right? That's what that means. Oh, the other side. Okay, so this stretch right here will be measured. Right there. Good. Now you're measured, you're measured. We are slowly getting all of the plants off this belt, which is good. And this could jam right here, and we just don't care. Because if that jams, that means we have too many plants, and that's fine. I see we're filtering more and more plants off here, but it's going to be a while. Alright, so we have a new design here. Two separate loops off one unified feed. This is probably not great. There's probably many reasons why this is going to cause me nothing but woe. But why else are we here, honestly? Okay, so growing fruits, everything seems like it's going okay. We have our two lines right here. This is going to break in a very interesting way. Not right now, but somewhat soon, I think. So let's just rejoice in what we have right now. Congratulations, everyone. And what we need to do today is now acid solvent. We have made grease. Here, let's just review. Let's go all the way to the source. Copper proc. We want to do all U. And that requires acid solvent and grease. And that's basically it, right? Only two weirdo ingredients. So, fine. Acid, solvent, and grease. Let's get these prerequisites online. Acid, solvent. To get you, we need hydrogen peroxide. We got that, we got that. Hydrogen peroxide is anthraquinone, so here's mid-product number 2. Do you get a tank is the real question. All right, start at the top. So we have to make anthraquinone using the good recipe, not the vanadium recipe, this recipe. This makes steam. Don't like seeing that, but this is easy enough to make. I mean, it's super simple to make, actually. And it's fast, so you need one line of this to make anthraquinone. And then anthraquinone is used in hydrogen peroxide, which is used a lot, and a little bit in batteries. And I don't even know what to think about that. So you're just a specialty chemical for right now. You do not get a tank. Meanwhile, we get hydrogen peroxide right here. This is not how we're making it. We're making it like this. It's going to eat a ton of nickel, which we may not have, actually, because of so much is going into nichrome. We have to do nickel refining soon. That's in the plan. Don't worry about it. And we'll hydrogen peroxide. Oh, it's a reduction, too. Ew. It's done in a filter. We need a DD. We need some filters. And then this looks like it's used in enough things. It has to go into a big tank. You know? Like, I should definitely think about doing lead acetate soon. I mean, next to the hydrogen peroxide, honestly. And then etching solution. That takes lard. There's our buddy acid solvent. And then this is for making chromium, which we'll be doing later. So yes, it's going to be needed in a refining context directly. It needs to go in a tank. Alright, filter, DD, no tank, tank. And then we go and we put it into the acid solvent. Acid solvent, which is used only in copper. Only in copper. Alright, so, honestly, I should be making it on site, right? That's what this means. Make it on site. It's a just extension of the copper refining process. Okay. Okay. So, well, I'm going to have to drag out hydrogen peroxide anyway. I know this is true. And do I want to drag out sulfuric acid? Are you also used in the refining process anywhere? I know the answer is yes. Uranium. So yes, I should drag both these two lines out. They're both going to have to be drug out anyway. And then I should make acid solvent on the spot. Okay, so this isn't even made in factory proper. Unless the barrels are used for something. No, they're not. You gotta check that sometimes. So it's time to maybe make lead acetate. Go all the way up there. It's going to have to be made sometime. So anthraquinone, DD, filter, and then the acetic acid. That could totally be made. And it's used in great quantities. Do not be fooled. Do not be fooled. There's also better ways to make it just from as venting guts. So this does need a tank, I guess. Alright, so we're going to probably hit this as a stretch goal for today. Anyway, let's go get some DDs. Let's go get some filters. I have some. Oh, I've got all sorts of crap. Oh, I have a solution for this. Here. Take this, take this, take this, take that. Get rid of it. Make it fly away. It flies away. It offends me, and then it flies away. If only the rest of the world obeyed these rules, I would find it much easier to get along. Instead of being the scraggly goblin man I am. Where is a DD? A DD right there. Oh, we had a bunch of DDs. I don't know how many we're going to need, so we're going to take 12. Alright, let's get to it. Time to stop talking and start building. Actually, we're going to go look at Utoya Low right now. Oh, we're going to take a look at our whale down south, see if it actually made those superbots. So that, the outside is completely jammed, and the inside is completely flowing. And no one is making anything, because no one has any gravel. So, because there's so much gravel on the outside line, that this says I do not have to put more gravel on, sir. So, what we really need here is two separate measurements. A measurement on green line from the inner belt and a measurement on red line from the outer belt. I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm going to go do it. It's not that hard. I look at that thinking, oh, how hard is this going to be? And then I think, fine, 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 fine. We will go do this. Come on, everybody. Up we go. Straight over here. Try to ram a biter. Don't quite do it. Psych, I say, right up here. So, what we need to do is take our lovely green wire right here, measure, and then we measure and measure, and then we have to measure all this. measure here, and we measure here. Alright, so we have two circuits going. One of them doesn't have any gravel. No gravel, no gravel, no gravel. One of you needs to obey green wire. The other one of you needs to obey red wire. And this is gonna get awkward, isn't it? Yeah, this build could have gone better. Oops, obviously that wasn't the right button. There we go. Alright, so red wire connected to red one. Connected to there this time, and now disconnect you from that. Disconnect you from that. Okay, so that should be separate. And you shouldn't be listening directly to this. Just stop that. Now, it's just like that. That's it, right? That's everybody. You are only listening to green, and you should obey only green. And I need to pull this off, and now you're putting gravel on, and you're only listening to that. You are listening, now you're still listening to red somehow. There you go. Now you're only listening to green. Okay. 2 channels, right? 2 channels. Only listening to green, and you're only listening to green. Okay. Right. Nice. Good, good, good. Belt. Belt should never be dead. They're in the factory. They are in the factory. In the factory. In the factory. They are in the factory. They are in the factory. They are in the factory. They got into the factory. They got into the factory. So they attack the newest expansion. This just means that coexistence is impossible. We cannot possibly live on the same ball of rock with these individuals. We have this border right here has stood for ages. We don't know who built this border. It was a natural occurrence that we merely occupied, and they just flagrantly violated it with that raid. You notice it was a pointless raid. Absolutely showed no chance of ever succeeding. It was here merely to destroy. Okay, just gotta stay calm. Stay calm. The horrible nature of reality sometimes leaps up on me like this. I don't understand how anything, any entity anywhere can be so cruel. You would think that would have been hard filtered out after a while, but no, apparently not. Okay. We're just gonna pretend that's okay. We're gonna find our place to make our peroxide. We're gonna say peroxide needs to go in a tank, right? So we're gonna do it right here. Do I have any windmills? Windmills will make me happy. After they got into the base. They got into the base. We have to check everything. We have to check everything again and again and again. We have to make sure it's safe. Factory is 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 safe. No, factory is not safe. They got into the factory. How am I going to deal with this? I don't know. Okay. We can do this. We can do this. Factory needs to get bigger. Factory needs to be bigger. Factory needs to be safe. Bigger factory is safer factory, right? Right? That's what it means, right? Bigger factory is safer factory. Alright, so what we need to do right here is make anthraquinone. And unfortunately, we need to get a solid material component in. That's not great. So all you over. And we start off with the aerial outpost. Now you should be matching up on another line, probably. Figure that out in a second here. It's only letting out one thing, so let's just organize ourselves right here. And then right there. And that's good enough, right? And this is just, aren't these just pipes from hell right here? Oh, we have to get rid of this water. So we have to find a water consumer. Which shouldn't be that hard, right? He says optimistically. Like, usually we want to just void this stuff. There's a water consumer right there. Yeah, once it's running, this will be just fine. But the problem is, she ain't running. But let's just pretend this is not a problem right now. It's not a problem. It's not a problem right now. So just lay that out. That looks pretty good, right? Leave some internal space. It's not lined up particularly with anything. That doesn't matter so much. Factory is in danger. Factory is in danger. Straight over, right? And it's going to be really hard to argue with this from an efficiency perspective. And it's going to be, this is where all the beacons are going to go. So, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. This makes how much? A lot of Anthraquinone a second. I don't think we need any more of this. He says optimistically. It's only used in a little amount here and there. So, once again, look again. Here, just start from right here. So hard to pick a spot because there's so many ports. So it's right there, right there, right there. And then I kind of don't even want to do a whale for... Oh, it takes 5 chromite sand. Alright, you will be whale supported. Whale hungry. And then add destination. Go and get chromite sand, which is an output of chromite mining. Fill cargo, come right here. I want you to empty cargo. Didn't I do this wrong? This is chromite sand. Don't we have waste chromite sand? Isn't this produced by... Yeah, okay, that's good. That's fine. Yeah, part of filtering rich dust will give waste chromite sand. And as part of the kimberlite process. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that is waste chromite sand, what must be removed. And I have put it only in a twosie right here, when it needs a 4 stack for proper material sorting. That will cause me pain one day. Right there, right there. Alright, so just do it for right now. Here, take this, go. I need to go mug a whale. I need more. I need more whale food. Come here. Give me your injectables. I'm not taking that from you. Okay, I am taking that from you then. Alright, there we go. We're taking half and half. And I'm telling myself I'm still a good person because I left him half and I didn't have to. Right? That's how it works, right? That's how I convince myself it's still okay. So anyway, what I need to do now is get all this material out. And Anthraquinone obviously is going to the south. And it's going to be a specialty chemical somewhere. And there's different ways to do this, jeez. We need to get, what is this? Anthracene oil and sulfuric. So let's bring you in right here, I think. It's dealing with the water that's going to be the problem. And then requester. Great job. You need to do anthracene. Anthracene, and right there, that much, please. And you need sulfuric. Thank you, sulfuric. Right there, and right there. So Sulfuric, anthracene, anthracene. Alright, so material ingredients are on the way. Liquid and solid. Why is this not going? Even though it clearly should be going. There we go. I missed a belt. My fault, everyone. My fault. So what I need is to figure out what I'm doing with this. Is this just 4 liquids? It's actually 4 liquids. And the water is new. So, big V. Like, that's not being used. This will be used right here. Here, I declare this Anthraquinone. And that'll make that really easy, right? And then, here, we want them all like this. Everyone same. Everyone same. Death of individuality. Everyone same. Everyone same in all ways. Yes? Everyone same. Alright, so it looks like we're going to bring everything out the bottom. That would probably be best, right? If I put all the steam outlets on the bottom, because it's got this weirdo steam nub right here. We can put this right here then, and then put the weirdo steam nub right here. And this is perfectly legal because we're doing the beacon on the other side. So, good, right? Good, maybe? Good, maybe. I accept that. That's a legal offer. Good, maybe. Okay, now we're off. Good, maybe is what this factory is built entirely off of. Oh, I never checked on the other whale. I'll do that once these... This is all messed up. All of you are messed up. I'm not the problem. You're the problem. Alright, that's also a problem right there. Let's go look at our whale. Let's go get distracted. Our whale making us better bots, maybe. Oh, it arrived. We are making better bots. Look at this. 35 of them. Okay, wait. Over 80 of them. Wow. And now he's stopped, waiting for red circuits. Alright, so this is going to take like 5 episodes, honestly, for the production to be shared enough to make all the whales I need. But that's fine. I can wait. That's the wonder of Factorio, right? I can wait. It'll be okay. Why am I having such a very hard time copying this? It's because I'm not thinking very hard right now. I feel kind of a little spacey today. And I'm just going through the motions, essentially. Expecting things to just work. I mean, it's gone well so far, right? Why don't I have any sulfuric here? I really need to dig into all of these. You a sulfuric? Yes. Okay, never mind. What I need to do is put a little nub right there. And then drag you straight down. Yes, this works, right? It's not pretty, but it works. And then there's sulfuric, which we don't know where it has to be yet. It's going to come up. So right here. And then our standard mushroom? No, this is beacon space. We'll come up here. Then we'll use a higher line. Come on. There. We'll do this. And it too will be ugly. All ugly things I call you to me, for I am your lord and master. All that is awkward, all that is asymmetrical, all that can be improved, you fall under my rule. Right there. Alright, so we are now ready to go, except for the steam problem. And steam needs to be recondensed and just exported. It's bad steam too, right? Oh yeah. That's steam, what must be destroyed. And they produce at 50 a second? Where is my condenser? I know I carry them around with me. That can do a lot. I think this can just solve our problem right here, and then turn our problem into water. And then we have to export this water to a water consumer. I could just vent it. Outfall? Outfall? Oh, I have to get all of this stuff. I should probably write that down on my list. Make outfalls. Make outfalls. And there's other stuff too. I need to expand them all again. Yeah, anyway, don't talk about that. Don't think about it. It's nothing. It's not real. What we need right now is to go get some materials. And then next time I have a day where I make stuff for myself, I make that stuff. So grab that. Probably grab these too. Oh my god. Help me. And then we need some steel, I saw, for an outfall. Not downfall. Outfall. There we go. Just one. And so this is how we'll get rid of this water. We won't bother attaching it to a... But the problem is, I'm going to pave over all of this. You know? Because eventually the factory is going to come south. And we'll start building on this area. So maybe this isn't a good long-term solution. But we have never been in the business of supplying those. So perhaps we should not be all that concerned. It's a solution for today, and today might last a very long time. Oh my god, they're here. They knew I was going to be here. It's an ambush. This is always something that perplexed me. Where is it? Where'd the outfall go? No, really, where'd it go? I know I built it. Ah, it's right there. In that outfalls, which is just letting water fall into the water, right? It requires electric power to do this. How did our primitive ancestors allow water to get back into lakes? We don't know, frankly. We expect that they harnessed lightning bolts. Here, you get massive overkill. Enjoy. Alright, so good. That takes care of that problem for a time. We can probably start this up now, right? Like you. There we go. Anthraquinone being made. Oh, you need to be offered to the network. So, we'll do that. Now we need provider tank. In you go. Buffer tank. To properly buffer. This could be better, yes? Yes, yes. Why are you out of power? All my people are empowered. There you go. Yeah, that chromite sand thing is going to be an issue. But how do I get Anthraquinone up? Serious question. Like, there doesn't... I guess we have to just have an ugly solution, right? Well, we don't have to have an ugly solution. We can have merely a hideous solution. No, we do need an ugly solution. Because I can't do this because of that. make this work. Right here to right there, and then we put in another nub right there, and we gain this line, but we blow away a bunch of via space. We pretend like this is okay. We pretend like we have principles. Alright, there. Anthraquinone being made is available to the system. Excellent work. Everyone involved gets a medal. Right, next. We need to make hydrogen peroxide. That means bringing nickel, I believe. Not super thrilled with that. We probably need to make 2, right? Something like this. And then try to put beacon space in the middle. Peroxide! Yeah. So it's a very simple transformation. How many of these do I have? How many of these do I have on me? I gotta go get a couple more. Alright, fine. Maybe even go get a couple more and splurge. You know, treat myself. We need filters. There. Filters are so small and harmless. Delightful small bean buildings. But that, unfortunately, is not really what we're looking for right here. We just want results. We love you for you, not for your footprint. Alright, so what are we doing here? We are just going to do a very simple transformation, right? So, beacons will be in the center. It's going to be like this. It's going to be like this. We're going to do this formally and properly, like the Queen would demand. And then Anthraquinone is just out on one side, in on the other. Out on one side, in on the other. Then we'll try to center this to make it pretty, because all else is hateful and must be thrown from us. Do this, and then just no, don't be dumb, don't be dumb. Then you will come in like so somehow, and we'll figure that out. It should be just like that, but this won't last. So it's just going to be like this, right? Congratulations. There we go. There's your in, and then we need in, and we are set up to make an absolutely astounding amount of peroxide here. It has to come both up and down, but not quite yet. So just don't do any of that. It's right there, and right there. And I suppose we use this line anyway, right? This is what we do. This is, in fact, how we do it. There we go. Peroxide comes out on the bottom. It's all linked up. It was all linked up. Now it's all linked up. There we go. Okay, so we take this and we coopy and we past. And we put in an enormous capacity for doing this. Do we need to do this much? No. No, not at all. We're doing it for the screenshots. Make it nice and dense for the screenshots. Because that's what people on YouTube really like. They want to see those dense shots. Alright, so this actually didn't leave a V at all. Down there anyway. So we will fix that right there. Try to have pity on our future selves. Hope that this is not mere vanity that we engage in. Alright, so we have... You're all hooked up. You're all hooked up. All we need is our guest of honor right here. Whale on the field. Whale hungry! Exclamation point. Add destination. Nickel plate, which we might not have. Oh, we do have nickel plate. And I want you to fill cargo. And I want you to come here, and I want you to empty that cargo. I should have checked to see if it was properly centered. It is, close enough. And I want you to do this forever. So, off you go now. Bring me my nickel. Don't come back without my nickel. Just integrate it directly into culture. And then we have beacon space, and we can do all sorts of neat stuff with this. We have hydrogen peroxide for days. What I need right now is to get the hydrogen peroxide for days into the system. Now, hydrogen peroxide needs a tank, right? So we don't put it into the boutique chemical line right here. We have to get it all the way over. So I guess what we have to do is this then. Not that. And get the hydrogen peroxide up into this line and stretch it over and try to like stick it right here. Alright, we'll do that. And then it's going to have to be drug all the way into the mining stack in order to support chromite mining, right? I think that's what I saw. Anyway, let's do this side of the ledger. We have to pick up one that exists, right? A recent one. Go get the wax, because half of these are illegal. Half of these are illegal, and I should feel lucky that they're working in any capacity. We are putting this here, yeah? Right there? Right there, yeah? Yeah, that looks perfect. Good. And it slots right in, because I've built with care. Yeah, perfect, right? Absolutely perfect. Except that. That's not quite so perfect. But good. This is going nowhere to nowhere. Okay. Not perfect at all. In fact, highly flawed. Alright, so we want to come through here. So I declare we have to find a line, right? I declare we're going to try this line. We're going to see my via leaving skills. Well, now we're on the windmill lines. This is completely expected and acceptable. It's getting dense. Look at all the pipelines right here. Yeah. Yeah. I think I built this with enough space. I really hope so. And the fact that biofluid brings things back instead of having to have inlines and outlines everywhere really, really, really helps. So right here, I think. Then come up. Oh no. Yeah, we make it work. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Peroxide in. Because we're making enormous amounts of it. Just absolutely astounding amounts of peroxide. In fact, when I turn this on, we're going to take a look and see how much peroxide I'm making a second. I get the feeling it is going to be a number that can hardly be contained on a single screen, right? I think I'm ready for copper now. Like, I could just go do that. Or I could go and do acetic acid. And then save copper for tomorrow, which honestly sounds fine to me. So maybe do acetic acid and then lead acetate, because it's very close. You know, we're gonna not consume another line. Look at that. And now peroxide in, just flooding in so much peroxide. So okay. We have to decide what to do next, right? We got choices. So I think in the war between moving forward or dallying, we're going to dally. Look at that. Used to be down at 1.7, and up here it's like, oh, this is capacity, friends. We shall never be low on hydrogen peroxide. All right, but instead of just throwing myself into copper with a half-built thing, we're going to start using hydrogen peroxide because it has like relatively peroxide. It has stuff, right? Lithium peroxide. How do you do that? Lithium hydroxide with hydrogen peroxide. There you go. It's a simple replacement. So what we need, we need lots of lead acetate. That's necessary for Timmy processing. Etching solution I would love to make. This stuff is from being hauled out. I'd love to make this, but it needs to be hauled out. And then silver foam. So I guess the only thing we really need is acetic acid. So let us see what it takes to make acetic acid. We need methanol, which we got. Carbon dioxide, what we got. It makes very little, which is bad. And this is probably better overall right here, right? But we need base load. Oh, it's base peroxide. Okay, excuse me. I forgot to govern it as appropriate, even though I am... Okay, we'll do that on the other side. It'll be fine. Even though I don't think there's going to be such a thing as waste peroxide anywhere, governing it is good. To upgrade that whale. So what I need now is methanol distilleries. And that's a weird one, right? Where are you methanol distilleries? Alright, right. No, that's a quenching tower. No, right there. Right there. And once again, I don't have a proper amount. And we probably need lots of these because of acetic acid. Nice shadows. Alright, so what I want is... I want clarity. I want to know what I'm doing. Acetic acid. And then from there, you're made into lead acetate. And then probably zinc acetate. So we should probably try to get all these things. We should try lead acetate and zinc acetate. And then... Is acetic acid a specialty chemical or not? It's used in casein processing. 1-to-1 with Corliss milk. We're just gonna have it being a specialty chemical for right now. Oh, this one's big. Yeah, not sure what I'm gonna do about that. Benzene cyanoacrylic acid. That's a nice one. Alright, so we want to get through zinc, the acetates today. So let's try for that. Actually, let's go look at what we did earlier. Because paranoia is... Alright, we may have solved this problem. I'm not going to say definitively that we have solved this problem, because that is the way of fools. But I will say it appears that we have solved this problem. And if we go look at our other problems, we have our first flight of good bots made, and standing in line, waiting around for this. What's our problem? Our problem is MOSFETs. And it's being made ever so slowly. Like, is there a problem up here? Do you want me to come down here and do something? It doesn't look like it. Looks like it's moving just fine, just slowly. Alright, don't look at that. Look at the bees instead. Looks like we're down from 5 queens to 3 queens. Great. Super happy to see that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's wonderful. Let's try not to think about the implications of that. Alright, so we have to go get more windmills. I think we have a whole box of windmills down there. So we will have made anthraquinone, hydrogen peroxide, um, acetic acid, zinc acetate, and the other one, silver acetate, something else. It's like that. That's good. That's 5 chemicals. That's a good day's work. Oh, so beautiful. So mine. So nice not having to worry about power at all in the North Base. I know one day it will come, but right now it's very nice. Okay, right. No. Where do we usually put these? Here, I guess? There. Alright. Let's go do some chemistry. Right over here, and I guess we're using this slot, so we need to bring in yet another whale, servitor. Right here, and we make acetic acid with methanol distilleries, which is a building I am blind to. I wonder why I picked this up. That's a bad sign. I probably deconstructed it from somewhere. But where? Well, I guess it has to be here, right? I mean, where else? I clearly made this area, so put that right there. Drag you over in line. That isn't right. I probably was just very callous with and stuff up. Why are some of you going, but not all of you? You should have no use right now. Anyway, methanol buildings, right there. I can see them. I can see. So we're going to have to go get more of these. You can already, and they're really awkwardly sized. You are going to make me acetic acid. Oh, I was going to govern this properly. To have some discipline in my life. There we go. You need to only underflow less than 20, please. Good. And now we have to deal with these guys. Acetic acid, where? We need to be in chromium, and we need to be methanol and carbon dioxide. So, all honestly, we probably need pipelines of both. But we're going to start by imagining we don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to use the power of imagination. Imagination and self-delusion. Say we don't need full lines. Carbon dioxide. Right there. Now we need methanol. Right there. Good, 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 good. And urine. And so you're going to be chromium. And then we're going to be doing this, huh? So chromium comes in, obviously. Oh, it's a weird building. It's a building with a bad footprint. It's got perspective on it. That's bad. You don't want that. No one wants perspective. They want to be told they're right. Okay, like so. Perspective is like loser talk. No, man. I want to win. Okay, right there. So, and then we put a nice little power supply right there, and we are ready to go. We are ready for the future. We exist. We are here. In acetic acid, do you need a tank? If I'm making acetate, both the acetates right here, just right here, I think we can get by without a tank and only have this be a product out on the biofluid network. So we'll try that. I mean, if I have to go put a tank on, it's not a huge deal. No, you're not a requester, you're a provider. So there's our out. Right there. Perfect. Sue? Obviously you can't be like that. You can't be like that. This is okay. What am I? Methanol? Oh, it's because acetic. It's because of downstream. This is an incidental chemical. There's no real necessity to do it here. Where do I make methanol? Like, there's a bunch of ways to make methanol. Why am I still making methanol? What is using? Oh, because I just requested some. Right, got it. So yeah, I'm not sure about this. Not sure about my plan. Sometimes I doubt the nature of my reality. No, I question the nature of my reality. Maybe that's not even right. I don't know. The cool line from Westworld. You all understand. Or if you don't, go watch Westworld. Only first season. Don't look at the net. Don't just HBO, Westworld, circa, mid 2010s, something like that. Excellent entertainment for exactly one season, and then the show just went off the rails. Like the old Matrix movies, how the first Matrix movie was great, and then they decide, oh, you know what would be great? Let's have a Matrix movie that's mostly not about being in the Matrix. And it's like, what? What? So you have Westworld, right? A show about a park of Wild West animatronic robots and the problems and the creepiness of dealing with highly human passing robotics, and all the neat questions and scenarios that could come up with that could arise from such a situation. You could make a show probably forever just dealing with that preference. But nah, they didn't wanna. They wanted to do another show. They wanted to do a show about the horrible world outside of the theme park, where it's just human beings being ugly to each other all the time. It's just like every other thing on the market. Hey, look, people being terrible. Do you want to feel bad about yourself? Watch this show. And it's just no. Absolutely not. It doesn't also help that it was dumb in addition to being depressing. It was hitting all of its marks for stuff I just hate. So I can fit in one more at the cost of some vias. And I think that's a cost I'm willing to pay. Future me will understand, surely. But anyway, go watch Westworld. Westworld's great. First season. Don't watch anything else. Question the nature of the reality around you. Anyway, I need more methanol reactor. How many more do I need? I should probably be looking ahead, right? I need 6 more. Just throwing down banks of Mark II buildings like it's nothing. This is how you know you're rolling, friends. Zinc acetate. You are made in a mixer. Lead acetate. You are made in a mixer. Mixer. We are undoubtedly going to have to come back and get more. Where is my methanol stuff? Where did I put? Right there. We need 6 of you, exactly. Good. Alright, let's go. This is methanol, not ethanol. One gets drunk many times, one gets drunk exactly once. Know the difference, chemistry friends. What we need now is to kind of establish this in an awkward place, which is to say we did what we always do. Curl this back around. Right there. We can just make a wall, right? Oh, we can't. Oh, we can't do this. Literally can't do. Because we're walled in by this, but we're also walled in by necessity. Walled in by our own choices. Hoisted on our own petard. Which is a very, very unpleasant scenario. If you know what a petard is. It's kind of like a pike. It's pointy and long. And you don't want to be hoisted up on it. You especially don't want to be hoisted up on your own. That implies a level of humiliation that I don't think anyone's recovering from anytime soon. Alright, so right here, we did this. Wrong is it's a very harsh way of putting it, but it's also pretty accurate. So do that, do that, do that. Alright, not that though. Also not this. Do it just that way. Not that way. Oh, we should put this whale together first. Oh, and we're going to have a problem here because this is right where the natural outflow is. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Whale. Whale hungry. Go. Add destination. I want you to go get me chromium, right? Chromium? Chromium. Add destination. Go get me chromium from the chromium stack, which exists right here. I want you to fill that cargo. I want you to come right here and I want you to empty that cargo. And this is your life. Off you go. Now you have to get it out. And this is the natural way to do it, which I suppose we're going to keep doing, right? Excuse me, sir. Oh, I hate that sound now. Are they in the base again? No. No, they're not. Good. I need them to stay outside the base. The base is not for them. So I guess we do this, huh? See how I do it. What's the name of the actor from Westworld? Anthony Hopkins. Just really great at being utterly and completely creepy. Now give him a world where he is essentially God. Like, why would you not want to watch this show? This is a plot, a frame that should immediately grab everyone's attention. But unfortunately, went off the rails, like they always do. We have to connect it to modern social issues. No, you don't. You really don't. You don't have to do that. What if people don't relate? They're going to relate, trust me. You're writing yourself into a fictional situation. People do this all the time. But what about the upcoming election? And it's like, I'm already gone. I'm unsubscribed. Get me out of here. I don't want this anymore. It's kind of suspicious, honestly. Alright, so we have a kick-on scenario, right? Not scenario, but celebration. Celebration of starting this thing up. I guess that was a do-what-you-can moment. Okay, methanol. Now we do this. That's another do-what-you-can moment. You're hooked up, and then finally we get to put this in correctly. But another do-what-you-can, and then nope, 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 nope. Yes. So that was probably not what should have happened at all, but I did it. I did it, and I have no regrets. Alright, so turn on? Yes. Acetic acid for days? Yes. Can use some more action out of this building. It's not turning fast enough for my liking. Alright, so now we have to do acetic acid products. And I think we do them to the right here. That's the proper place to put it because we're bound doing solid products. This is a good start for the day. We'll do solid products right here. So what I need, some nice clean windmills. We'll build out this space. We may actually be using that tin. So we're just going to try to put two things in here, and we're going to try to work around our impediment. Like, I think there's a non-zero chance we're going to actually use this tin ore, at least someday, right? Like, we're probably definitely using it someday. Where's our tin today? Here, let's go take a look at where the ore comes from, even though that's not going to help, I guess. Tin ore, right here. And the whale is right here. And it's going to be, you get that. Yeah, that doesn't really tell us much, does it? Like, this number doesn't do it for me. Like, I want to be able to click here and go here. Center camera on that. Which, you know, now that I say it, maybe I should actually do that thing. Are you tin? No. Just make it ash. There's the failed stone line. This has to move because you're on a walkway, and that's just banned. That's zinc, unfortunately. Where are we mining tin from? Usually we come down here, but that's chromium, and that's aluminum. No, it is here, isn't it? We're getting tin from right here. Huh. So we're not mining it from the tin-rich rock at all. So tin only takes steam, and this takes... what? It takes, drill heads. That's why we're not doing it. Anyway, let's not think about any of this. Thinky thoughts. We all know my opinion on thinky thoughts. I picked up mixers. Mixers are what we need. And so we're going to need mixers like right here, and then like mixers right here. And we're going to make zinc acetate, and we're going to make lead acetate. All right? This is our goal. And you take acetic acid, you're right here, and this is what I make it. We're just on stretch goals right now. Wait a second, did I cut this water off? I 100% did. Okay. Alright. That's great. I'm happy to see this. I'm so happy to see that I did this. Good job, me. Best factory builder ever. Okay, there we go. Now we get rid of it. And then we know we look at our outfall. Yeah, it's working. Okay, good. Alright, glad I noticed that, right? Or else I would have had to notice it later. Why are we stopped? No CO2. No CO2 because we don't have a permanent pipeline. Okay. Noted. That may in fact be a problem later. So anyway, you need peroxide and acetic acid. You should be right here because all of these are made right across the way. And then this guy needs that and zinc. Alright. This is perfect. So we just need to bring in lead and zinc, and we make both of these things right here. Very simple transformation, very simple product, very nice. I like it. So this should be pretty easy, right? We'll probably even try to find a way to work around our blocker right here so that we could still use it. Anyway, aerial outpost, down you go. So nice that these things just appear in my inventory now. This is going to take a little reciting. Not to repeat myself. Oh, we're going to have a product out as well. When you cite something and then you cite it again, you have recited it. Oh, and we can put the outputs on top of here, but it's not perfect. It isn't perfect, but it's probably better than nothing, right? It's like right there, and an output out goes right over here, right? We may even do some sort of, this right here will just be dead space, I guess. And there is not a lot we can do about that, eh? We'll make sure these are lined up correctly eventually, just not right now. Alright, so this is vaguely what we're doing. And then in this space, nothing grows. What would we ever do with this space? Maybe I could insert some, like, beacon space isn't even correct here. Anyway, so we are one solid in, one solid out, which typically means a snake belt in the middle. But I could do something else, I suppose. Maybe. Like this? We just build our normal snake belt. As per normal. Copy. Then just want to swip it like this. And this is just what we do, right? It is a completely normal thing. And then we'll have to put it down, so I guess, yeah, this is fine. And we'll have space for beacons up here and space for beacons down here. And yeah, this is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the horizontal. Don't know about the vertical quite yet. V. There we go. We got a block. I also don't know. Ew. So we only get this many in. We're missing exactly, well, I guess we could never fit in another because of the need for vias. So I suppose this is about the best that we can hope for, huh? Alright, I accept that. I really should have put down all of this before. In and out. In and out. Just like so. Not like so. And then Koopy. And of course we copied far too much. Then out and out and out, and then we'll just put an in right there, and perfect. Can we leap this entire thing? If I go all the way over, oh, we can. So there's no need to leave a via right there. We can use that as via space. It can look a little better. Alright. I accept this. This is real. We're doing this. Beacons on the outside. Probably be more compact to do beacons on the inside and one belt going through and one belt going around. Honestly, that's a better plan. Yeah, it's a much better plan. I don't know why I'm doing this. So we'll do just one straight through, like this. And then beacon space right here. And then I want this to go the other way. And yeah, like that. All this, or not. Okay. A little too enthusiastic there. And then this will just be out and out and out. Stick a pole right there. Get up right here. Yeah, it even catches everything. Nice. Alright. And then we need our in like here. And then you'll come around and we have the space for this, so no cry. Oh, there's this awkwardness. Awkwardness is... we'll figure out something for that. Just give me a second. And this is in... in... Oh, it's not going to work, huh? There we go. And then right over here, straight this way, and in and in. That looks professionally done, right? Hello, whale. So put you in right there. No pipes. I didn't put any pipes in. That's very sad. Well, I mean, we have an obvious answer here, don't we? we go. Okay. Making do with the space that we have. It's not the space we wanted, it's just the space we have. Okay, that's pretty cool. And I think we're good, pretty much. And so we'll do one of these. And just like normal. Just like always. It's a little awkward there with that bump. But I accept that. That's okay. Alright, so now we just pipes. And we don't need any inputs. All the inputs come from over there. And we can use this, because you are not intruding on beacon space. Oh, all of you got to be V'd. Completely V'd. And like so, like so, like so, like so. And you go there, you go there, bop, bop. And boop. There, you go there, you go there. Alright, so that will be our peroxide in. Now we just have to find a likely line. This is the most peroxidy. We kind of want it. Oh, that's going all the way over here and shouldn't. So while I don't really want to consume a line, I don't see a solution not to. This is so tidy right here. Directly in. Okay, good. There's your peroxide. And we also have to get your acetic acid in, which has to go to the outside. I mean, just by necessity, right? And we'll do something right there. Okay, good. Good. Then, not really sure how we're going to hook this up. Should be, look at that, nice and spaced. Nice. Doing the best with what we have. Do we complain? No. We simply adapt to the shape of the world around us. We are saints. Okay, so best way is right here, I suppose. And then acetic acid is fairly far away, right? This is all obsessed with going over there. So. Guess what we do is this. First off, no, don't even do that. Don't throttle it. Don't be doom. Actually, we should establish a acetic acid line right here because we're gonna need them for both. So this will be acetic acid somehow, and it will come in like this. I think that's gonna be slick. So let's try that. Acetic acid in, all we need is the guest of honor, and that's lead. And then... we have room for one here. Don't have room for two. No matter how much I might want two right here. See if I can shove it in somehow. So close. How could I make this magic work? Move that up by one, move this up by one. That would probably be enough, right? These city blocks were not designed with this perfectly in mind. So we'll take up that spot. And the worst part is it's right on the windmill right there. So I guess this isn't to be. And I should just accept that it's not going to be packed in quite as tight as it could be. Which again, think of the screenshots. Think of the screenshots. And so this will not be here, and this is just going to be a void in the base forever. Alright, it's fine. That's alright. What I need now is to make sure this is properly in line with that. Right there. That's where you go. We need this to leap, I think. And then you are over, and you don't have an out. Yeah, you don't have ins or outs. You are neither here nor there. Okay, there you go. This has to be right here, and all is well. Okay, this is ready to turn on. Go get me a lead whale. So, whale, right there. Whale hungry. Then add destination, go to the lead stack. And we're going to make this simple intermediate. Fill cargo, come right here, and I want you to empty cargo. Great. Off you go now. And this will make lead acetate for us. Hopefully forever. Alright, so let's go over here and do the other acetate, right? Zinc acetate. And we should probably just be copy and pasting this entire structure, right? Can I do this? No, this is a simpler transformation. We'll rebuild it. Yeah, it's going to be the same sort of thing, though. I would copy and paste it if we weren't dealing with this. Alright. So, we're going to have acetic acid like so. That's just kind of obvious, right? And we're going to have a hug belt. So you'll be on the bottom. We'll have to bring this up a little bit. Bop, bop. And we will establish the hug belt right here. Let's copy all this. Big B. There, and throw that down. Then you will be coming this way, and then... Okay, trapped. Trapped. Yeah. And then we take this, and we give it an H. And we take all this right there, and we run out of stuff to deploy. Yeah, it looks kind of like that, only in inverse. Okay, I've got no problem with this. I really should have copied the structure of the inputs and outputs, but it's like this, like this, like this, like this. And then one in the center, one in the center. It's very much samey. Samey, matchy, matchy. In and out. Out. In. I don't think you're on the right line, right? So it's like that. It's like that. And I copy all this. There. No, right there. There. And it puts down a whole bunch of stuff it really doesn't need to. Alright, good enough, right? And then I guess we gotta do the outside line. And then oop like so. And then we skirt the box. This doesn't have to exist. Right there, right there. Right here. And right here. Perfect, right? Yeah, this looks good. I don't see any problem with this. Except I'm overextending. Which is Not the worst sin I've committed. Oh no, far from it. Oh, it's making acetic lead acetate though, right? Yeah, look at that. Look at that. We're gonna have to establish boxes for this, but I think it's gonna be just single boxes, and that's fine. Um, that is on the wrong vertical. That is where that should be. Good. And then we have to find a way to get this into that gracefully. Which is, you know, just leap. Just leap, I say. And then, like so. And we're still, oh, we're too big. Look at this. We have to pull all this up by one. Yeah. So, grab everything from the midpoint over. Just pull it up by one. Make the bots do it, right? Bang, bang, bang. Look at that. Alright. Just about ready to go here, eh? We get to use our favorite deployment right here. Straight onto the belt. Why couldn't I do that up here? Oh, because of pipes. More complex pipe structure. Okay, got it. So like that. Keep everything nice and square. Nice and square. Nice and beautiful. There we go. We see? See the electrical squares. Except for that. Ugly. 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 Here, we're just going to clip this line. It'll interfere with the workings of everything if that is allowed to persist. But square. Square is beautiful. Not really a fan how they don't cross there, but still, beautiful. Yeah, I believe in this enough to dispatch a whale. Whale, come here. Whale hungry. Add destination. Go get me zinc. Don't look at that. I can't bear to see it. Right there. Fill cargo. I want you to come right here. I want you to empty cargo. Do it, my whaley friend. Do it. Okay, I want you to... Don't wander away from me when I'm trying to feed you. Okay, off you go. So... Well, wait a second. That wasn't right. This was right. That wasn't right. Okay, hold on a second. You all saw that, right? This would have led to problems, wouldn't it? Alright, so good. Now that's working, and now it's coming around. Alright, good. Alright, so this should be on its way. That should be the right belt. Maybe this is working as appropriate. And this should just drink down all of the zinc for the entire factory. Cannot possibly make enough zinc. It's only 1 per, right? Wow. We ever get a better recipe for this? Zinc acetate. No, this is the one, the only recipe. The recipe, the one, the only for the forever. Alright, but I like how this worked out. It's kind of nice. I even like how we adapted to the tin rock here. We only lost 1 production building. I like how this works. And we left room for beacons, and we can still use this with, you can put the tin extraction caravans area right here, and then put mining drills right in here, and then use the center and just slip it straight down. Yeah, that'd be slick. Where are you, whale? We're gonna wait and see. Ah, thank you. You're right here. So let's watch. Pick it all up. Start making zinc acetate. Wonderful. We had no immediate need for this. I mean, what do we even use it for? You are used in semiconductors, nano compound, advanced coating, and battery. That's the one that's most likely to be used. It's used in stuff, you know. We're going to use it in part of the doping process eventually, once I start doing the silicon stack. And I have to decide whether or not I want that. Wow, this doesn't make it very fast at all. Really. Like, not fast at all. This could be a problem. I know we have 3 mixers down south. And I guess maybe we're also beaconing them to hell. Who can say? Alright, we definitely only need single boxes to hold these. So let's go wire that up. And then we should pretty much be done for the day, right? Another shorter episode, and then tomorrow will not be a shorter episode. Tomorrow we start in on copper production, because we have everything we need now. And we do that right next to the iron production line, and hopefully it doesn't take up nearly as much space. Alright, somewhere around here, right? Where do we suppose zinc acid? It should be on level with zinc, right? Zinc acetate and lead acetate. No, I guess that doesn't have any meaning for us right now. What's this supposed to be? Fluoroespolin? Shouldn't we have lots of this stuff? Didn't I solve this problem? Curious. Why are we stopped? We have no Renea? Really? Renea is not going. Why? No seeds. Uh-oh. No Renea seeds. We have bashed ourselves out of Renea seeds. How is this possible? So there is Renea on the belt. You should be going. No Arquad venom. Ah, yes. I knew I was going to have to do this from time to time. Zinc fluoride? Yeah. We'll put in acetate in this. It's like, that's going to persist until I start blending Arquads up here. And that's not going to happen for a while. So, I'm just going to have to... We'll do that chore. It's a good chore to end off. Escorting the venom down. Could you please take a lap so I could see this? Please, friend. Alright, so that's all hooked up. You need power, I guess. Alright, so whale numeral uno. Right there. I want you to whale hungry. Then I want you to go get the thing I just made. Right there, lead acetate. Fill your cargo, and I want you to bring it right here, and I want you to empty your cargo. And then you do that forever. Now, you right here, you are doing something very similar. I want you to go down and get this stuff, fill cargo, and then I want you to come right here, and I want you to empty that cargo. And again, you do this forever. Okay, great. Off you go now. So now we have to go collect the venom, which is kept in barrel format at the Renea maker. And we have to go get more. Okay, I guess. Not a problem. And hopefully we left the barreling machine there. Maybe we should get a little more. I wonder, how many episodes did this last for? How long has it been since I set that up? But it wouldn't be, like, linear. Because, for a long time, Renea was stuffed up. But then we put in the sporopolinin maker. And it put a permanent draw on it. So yeah, we have to get Arquads up here. We have to start blending Arquads for profit. Trust me, they deserve it. Don't feel bad for the bees. Never, never, never feel bad for the bees. So right here, this is where we tapped in, right? Yeah. Alright. While you are fulfilling that order, we will take a look around. This is still kind of a disaster, right? We're down to 3 from 5 to 3. Ugh. Big problem. Alright, don't think about that. Think about something happy. Nah, this is still stuck. We're still waiting for red circuits. I can't help but feel that maybe there's something I can do to help here. Maybe there's some red. Are you absorbing them yet? No. There is a line here. Alright. Where are we? About halfway full. Let's go take a look at your toy. Hello? Are we still running? Yes. I have tentatively solved this problem. I am a genius. And then our new additions for today. That looks nifty. That just looks nice. Oh, it could be a little better. If it came over just one more, then it would look a little better. I kind of have to go fix that, right? Kind of, sort of have to. Yeah. Why are you all stopped? No acetic acid. This is no CO2, essentially, right? Yeah, it's just being drained out. And you probably need a direct line, but we're just going to suffer through this for a while. Yeah. Suffering is... Are we done? No, we're not. No, we're close to being done. Well, this is coming along, so hard to complain about science. Actually, I haven't looked at the South Factory in like 10 episodes. It's just not going to look at it. It's not a problem, right? It's only a problem if you give it power over you to be a problem. Oh my god, it's taking forever. So what else is there to say? How is power doing up here right now? Perfectly average power output, which is 40 gigawatts, as we consume 4 gigawatts just on stack inserters, and we're going to put in more. We're not done yet. We're nowhere close to being done. I almost feel like I can run up, fix the problem, come back, but we're not going to do that. Next episode, this stack, it's going to be a lot of math. Like, we start with stuffing an entire block full of whatever the first tier is. I think it's sorters. Yeah, screeners. Just assuming I can keep them fueled. I don't know if I can, just assuming I can get the ore in. And then, by necessity, everything that descends from that comes down here until hopefully we stop like right around here. This is going to have to be ripped up. I don't want to move there, that's for sure. That also looks dangerous. I don't know. I'll move somewhere. Gonna have to, right? It's gonna take like 2 or 3 episodes to do that, so that'll be fine. Alright, done. Time to get out of here. Free, I say. Let's go get some more soda. Right over here. Good. Now we're gone. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Not quite yet for goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. We're gonna go fix an aesthetic problem. Aesthetic. Because without good feng shui, there is no reason to live, right? So we do this, that. At least take, yeah, you don't even take half of it. This was too clever by half. Yeah, Well, anyway, we'll figure it out. Here, lead for you, lead, 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 lead. And then this is all we don't have enough acetic acid. And that is because we don't have enough carbon dioxide. How is the CO2 supply? I imagine it's just throughput at this point. We're gonna have to address this eventually. It's oxygen. Yeah, we have plenty of CO2. Like, oh, look at all these guys coming home in failure. Alright, we'll have to deal with that. Let's go deliver the Arquad Venom, and then let's do recap, and then tomorrow we work towards another major goal. We want right over here. And one day, this won't be barrels. There you go. Alright, it is time to recap. And speak of these things, what I have done this day. So, still isn't proper, is it? That's pretty proper. Oh, it's almost there. That's good. That's good. We're inside the box now. Okay, good. Center mouse, zoom dead in. Try to get this really centered. So hard to say. And then zoom all the way out. And then our new zoom level is right here, right? Yeah. Right. Okay, so actually I feel like I could zoom in more. I'm gonna have to do something about that with the screenshots. We need to build out more. We need to fill in the space. We need to factory must grow. But as of today, factory must have switch out. Alright, what did we do today? This was a fairly straightforward day of preparing intermediates for what is coming next. And what is coming next is getting copper production going right here, just like we have gotten iron production going, real and true forever, the ultimate stack. But to do this, we needed first grease, which we took care of yesterday. We have grease, not enough grease, mind you, but we do have grease. And we needed acid solvent after that. And we noticed that acid solvent is only used in the copper line. And nothing else in the entire factory, in the whole game, is going to ever use copper solvent. Therefore, use acid solvent. And therefore, acid solvent should be made on site. And it's fairly straightforward to do that. So we're going to have copper processing here, and then right about here, we're going to have an acid solvent factory, and then we're just going to keep going. And so we made the prerequisites for that today, which is peroxide right here, which will also be needed for chromium at some point. I think that's right here. And then we decided just to start hitting targets of opportunity. And we know acetic acid plus peroxide makes a lot of stuff we care about, and so we just built a block to do that. We made lead acetate and zinc acetate, which aren't needed immediately, but will be needed eventually and are best located next to the peroxide maker. So we consumed this square before I forgot about this. Rather than leave it for later and then use this for something and then have to run a pipe all over the place, we just slammed this down right here and we made a nice tight little design. So I think that's about it, right? Yeah, we fixed a problem with Utoi Alo up here. Unfortunately, it jammed up because my ideas were wrong. The sushi belt that fed both would eventually get clogged by products from one, and then the other would not go. And so I had to kind of rig up two parallel sushi belts fed by the same inputs. It worked, but it's awkward, and it's probably going to jam in the other direction before long. But, you know, we're not going to... Let's not steal problems from the future. So I need to do copper. I need to do another line of mall because there's a lot of buildings I need. Like, there's all sorts of stuff that needs to go in there. But anyway, that's going to happen. What else? I'm considering turning this all into just utility space. Just this entire two blocks right here and feed this and this.
like from right here to right here is just utility space, and then move personal equipment into the mall out here in this space. That probably is a better way to do things than what I'm doing right now. Anyway, that's just muttering about what might be. What is going to be right now is going to be the end of the episode. So bye bye everybody. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye.